What's up, my guys? What's up, my folks? This is another episode of the Preaching the Birds podcast, where we like to bring you the breaking Eagles news when it comes to shit like that. But really, I'm just gonna bring you some high news. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. Yeah, so we fly high like an eagle today. You know how we play. But all right, let's play no games and get straight into business. So the Eagles have a game coming up this week. I've been looking at a little bit of tape from the Broncos game and the Chiefs game that they had, to see some of the weaknesses that the Chiefs have. So we can get this game plan popping, pop, lock, and drop it. You feel me? But my joy is dying on me because I'm trying to talk to y'all. So I'm gonna finish this real quick. Let me go get into the keynotes for the game. So the Eagles have a game, right? It's a must-win game, in my humble opinion. To change the narrative. That the Eagles are not the best team in the league, right? So a couple weeks ago, ESPN came out with a list. It came out with a list saying that the Eagles at 8-1 were the 7th best team in the league. At 8-1 was the 7th best team in the league. Mind you, the teams that were 1-2 are the Ravens at 7-2 at that time. And then the Chiefs, who were 7-2 at that time. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. The Ravens have since then lost. Now they're what? 8-3 or something like that. 7-3, whatever. Who cares? We'll play the Chiefs right now. So we have an opportunity to change the narrative of us not being the best team in the league to now being the best team in the league. I'm going to read y'all the list of the other teams. Right? It's not in complete order. I'm just going to tell y'all that the Cowboys were ahead of us, who we beaten. The Dolphins were ahead of us, who we beaten. And the Bills are ahead of us, who we have not played yet. Which is crazy to me because the Bills are damn near 5-5. No, they are 5-5. I'm just saying damn near because I'm just like, why? I mean, I might say damn near just because, realistically speaking, I think they should be better. But that's just me, and this is hearsay, right? Because the niggas are 5-5, and that's the only thing that matters. My point is, though, for me saying all this bullshit, is that the Eagles are not getting the respect that they deserve. We are not getting the respect that we deserve as a fan base. Motherfuckers like Nick Wright are going up there talking big shit on the Eagles, saying we're not a real team. That secondary weak, looking like, lunch meat out there. Patrick, my homeboy, probably going to carve us up, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You get the point I'm trying to make. This is a must-win game in the sense of we can change the narrative. We can shut Nick Wright up. We can shut Dan Sileo up. We can shut these people that have nothing but hate in their lungs for, the Eagles and the fan base and whatever, the friends, whatever. Bro, you get what I'm saying. It's an opportunity. So let's get into the keys to the game and stop fucking talking about some lames, right? So, key number 1, surprisingly, is to stop the run game of the Chiefs, right? We got to make them one-dimensional. Isaiah Pacheco has already 500 yards. He already has 501 yards rushing. They've made sure to utilize him this year because that passing game isn't as good as it normally is. This year, Patrick Mahomes has thrown 8 interceptions. And he's having He's having a season that is very regrettable indeed, in the sense of he's showing career lows in a lot of categories, including passing yards, completion percentage, things of that nature that are important for, you know, a quarterback of his magnitude, a dude trying to go back to the Super Bowl. But that defense is better this year than it was last year. Their defense is ranked 4th, so we have to make them one-dimensional. We have to keep the ball out of their hands. You know what I mean? We can't give up these quick passes. Patrick Mahomes, if he is allowed to throw these quick passes, will eat us alive. But if we can make him hold the ball, that receiving core isn't that great. It just isn't. They're waiting for young receivers like Rashee Rice, Sky Moore to break out. And we got to hope and pray to God that it's not the game that they choose to do that. It's against us, you know what I mean? It's a big game. Niggas are already talking shit. Niggas on the Chiefs side are already talking shit. It is what it is. This is a statement game. Hopefully the Eagles shut up some lames, you know what I mean? But let's get into the next key to the game, right? So the first 2 keys to the game are correlated. So we got to stop the run, and we got to stop the quick passing game for their offense, you know what I mean? The next thing we got to do is establish our run game on our offense, right? We got to establish our run game of our offense. You feel me? That's the offensive keys to the game, right? We just went over the defensive keys to the game. And we got to figure out how we're going to get this offense involved without Dallas Goedert in the game. Are we going to use tight ends? Are we going to use Julio Jones more? Is Quez Watkins coming back this game? I haven't heard any news on Quez. Let me know if y'all heard some news on Quez. I don't know if he's going to play, to be honest with y'all. But y'all get the point I'm trying to make here, is that we have to figure out how we're going to attack this offense, or we're going to attack this defense without Dallas Goedert, who is, you know, coming up to his own. My humble opinion, I think this was the year Dallas Goedert was going to get 1,000 yards if he wasn't hurt. On a somewhat cheap play, in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we gotta get that passing game. How are we going to do it? I don't know. Personally, we'll figure it out when we get there. I'm hoping we spread them out. And then run with them spread out. You know what I mean? Like that. They have really good linebacker play though. So, you know, take that as it is. Their defense is better, like I said, this year than it was last year. We got to run opposite of Chris Jones. If we can run opposite of Chris Jones, we have an opportunity to run against the team. The team has the team has 3 players with over 3.5 sacks. So I would prefer to run the ball and get that play action game accomplished for the offense to keep them honest, because they are sacking people. So the 3 players that have over 3.5 sacks are Chris Jones, obviously, their 1st round pick, George Karlaftis, last year, and a 5th round pick named Dana. I don't know how to really say his, I think it's like Christopher Dana or some shit like that, but he's a 5th round pick, but he's playing pretty well. Came out of Michigan. He looks like a freaking nature. You know, the Michigan players are fast. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they looking kind of stout out there. Looking kind of stout. They have a really well-built defense. They got players all throughout the front, all throughout the linebacker and core. Their front 7 is really, really, really intact. I like their safety play. It's a good defense. It's a good defense. We have to stay balanced against this team. We have to stay balanced against this team. And then we got to limit Patrick Mahomes, boy, from going crazy. You can't have that crazy completion percentage of like 90% or some shit. We got to make sure that we hit him consistently. I think Haason Reddick has a matchup over there with the right tackle. We'll see how it goes. That's really all I got for y'all today. You know, we got really 4 keys to the game, really. You know, the 4 keys are for the defensive side. For the defensive side, we got to make sure that we limit their quick passing game. Can't let them get the ball out quick. And we got to limit their run game. We got to make them one-dimensional. We got to make Patrick Mahomes hold on to the ball, pat, do extra shit so he throws them interceptions. Patrick Mahomes has thrown 8 interceptions. We need him to throw 1 more. I predict that this is a game where we see Kevin Byard get an interception. I predict Kevin Byard gets an interception, or Reed Blankenship gets another one of the things. And then, you know, for the offensive side, we got to get the ball running on our side, right? We got to run away from Chris Jones. Chris Jones is a monster. Let's just run away from that nigga. I've seen that you can run away from that nigga. Run away from that nigga. You have more of an opportunity to, you know, get the yards we want if we run away. So let's go to the left side of this game, away from Chris Jones. And then, in regards to the passing game, we got to figure out what we're going to do without Dallas Goedert. Obviously, receivers going to get more involved, but we got to see which receivers get more involved. Maybe Quez Watkins get more involved. Maybe Julio Jones gets more involved. My bet is really that, you know, we just see our guy get more involved. You know what I mean? Our real number 2, Skinny Batman. I think Skinny Batman gets involved more. I think he gets those extra, you know, receptions. Devontae Smith, I believe Devontae Smith is the man that goes with the plan. That goes crazy. He goes ham. You know, I just think Devontae Smith is going to have a crazy end to the season. You can't cover both of them. That's just facts. All right. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for listening. If you listened so far, God bless the Eagles. It's the Preaching the Bird podcast. I'm your boy, Roy. Like I said, thank you again if you listen. It means a lot to me. Peace out. Skirt, skirt.